Hello everyone, welcome back to Meathead Gaming. My name is Roland and today I'll be doing something different. It's the first time I do a video like this where I share my opinion, but I just couldn't help myself because seeing Pasha's face after that loss against Cloud9 just broke my heart. And I have been following Virtus.PRO since 2004, I think. Back then they were literally unknown. They were going by the name of Pentagram. And I just knew about them because I downloaded a lot of Counter-Strike movies from Godfrag. Believe it or not, back then we would wait I would download like half a day to 200 megabytes video. And yeah, I have been following them ever since then. Back then they were playing mostly Eastern European teams because they weren't big back then, and they were playing teams like the Elder Gods, the Romanian team, and other top Eastern teams. And man, these guys were were on the road to greatness. I mean, they have had, of course, a lot of names and a lot of organizations from Pentagram. They have also played under the name of Meteor Makers, Wicked Gaming, Vitriolic, again, Frag Executors, ESC. At one point in time in CSGO, they had Universal Soldier tag, so they had everything. But they are one of the legendary teams, and to see them like this is not very pleasant, and I'm sure a lot of people think the same. And I just think that we should respect what they are and give them props and not talk badly about them, because I see a lot of people talk badly about them and saying stuff that they should retire and they're too old to play this game. And I disagree, because I think most of the bad opinions that come about them is from younger persons who just literally don't know who they are and where they come from. And maybe we should just ignore that. But coming back to the subject, what I wanted to tell you is that these guys are playing and dedicating their lives to this game ever since there was no money in it. So I'm sure that at one point in time they had to work jobs and still put in a lot of hours to make it to the top. And it was such a refreshing sight to see back in 2004, 5, 6, when they were rising to the top, to just challenge the Scandinavian dominance that was going around. Because back then in CS 1.6, like, Scandinavians were the bread and butter of Counter-Strike. You couldn't beat them, especially the Swedes with NIP and SK back then, the Swedish roster. Even Fnatic had a very good lineup back then. And you just see Pentagram was one of the first teams that rise to the occasion and challenged them. Alongside, yeah, there was also Mousesports later, and at one point Existence a little bit with Musamba. He was crazy with the up, but that's another subject. So I saw them rise, I saw them fall, I saw them do everything, and I just wanted to do this video because hopefully this will provide them encouragement. And yeah, I don't think that this will make it to their ears, but hopefully if we make it big enough, they will listen to this and they will get the support that they deserve, because this is, don't fool yourself, this is a hard time for them. And whether they will be past it or not, it's only up to them. We will see what they decide to do. But another subject I would like to touch is that they were on the top of the scene, like not maybe the best team, but top 5 almost always, or top 10, for more than 10 years. I challenge anybody that listens to this video to find another Counter-Strike team that did this. And with the roster, I'm not talking about organizations, because of course SK is there since forever, but the core members of the team were on the top for almost or more than 10 years. And just think about that. What other competitor or other team in other sports did that? Sorry, English is my third language, so bear with me. It is very hard to find something like that. And even if you find that, you will see that the names that you find are legendary names in their niche, in their sport, or whatever they do. So points like these are bound to happen, because when you are not in the top like they were, you always fight to be on the top, you fight, and once you reach it, it's very hard to stay on the top, especially when you beat everybody that you wanted to beat, and then young guys come along, and then they want to beat you because now you are the top dog, and it is very hard to stay on top. I don't think this is the apocalypse that people tell about them. It is, because even though they didn't have a great year this past year, and I will include the first month of 2018 here also, even though they didn't have a great year, they still had good performances. Like up until recently, they almost beat SK at Epicenter. And at the beginning of last year, they beat them at DreamHack. So they still have it in them to come back and to do great things. It is just, I think this is a mental block for them, and they have to work on it, and they have to be optimistic about it, because they should just, I don't know, it's hard to tell what they should do because I don't have their experience, and very little people have their experience and reach that point. But I think the best thing they can do is just start at the beginning and watch the good side of things, and try to be optimistic and try to make little changes and little improvements. Like, if I'm being really extremist on this subject, they could just watch this major, right? Like, hey, what did we do? Like, first match we took 3 rounds away from Quantum. Okay, well, next match we took 6 and then 7. Well, that's a progress, right? But I think they still have it in them to be great, and I really want to wish them the best of luck, and to show them my support. And I am absolutely sure that I'm not the only one, and I am absolutely sure that other people think this way, because they deserve it. They have earned it. And to all the people that say that they are making a lot of money now, even though they are not performing very well, and they talk badly about them because of that, I'd say just think about the days when they were making absolutely no money, and they were still playing and putting in a lot of hours in order to beat the top Swedish teams. And I think it's fair for them. They should make a lot of money, because they paved the way for a lot of they paved the way for the modern Counter-Strike, I think. Them along, of course, other great teams that were back then, and great organizations that some of them are still around. But all of the professional players today that are just that, professional players, and they have time to play a lot of hours, and they get to make a living out of streaming and stuff like that. I think players like Taz and Neo paved the way for them, so we shouldn't shit on them, guys. Just maybe show your support, or maybe not, whatever you like. Just don't be grateful for somebody else's misfortune, because it's not the right thing to do, and they deserve more than that. Yeah, I just had to say this because I had it on my chest. Yeah, hopefully they will get better. I think they have it in them to get better, and yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But until next time, yeah, stay strong, guys. And Virtus.PRO, if you're hearing this, it's very unlikely you hear this, but if you do, stay strong, guys, man. You had a bad year, but that can change. That can change. And whether you believe it can change or not, you are right. So you better believe. Have a lovely day, guys. Out.